We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Lowry to Van Vliet. Oh, he had him there for a second. With a drop step. Clear by Middleton. Bledsoe with it up top. He'll run the offense. Has a chance. Bledsoe shot off the mark. Screen coming. Lowry to Nowitzki. Gets it in the left corner. Milwaukee with the basketball. Gasol with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Here comes the screen. Antetokounmpo to Lopez. Shot from the lane won't go. To Lowry. Beyond the arc for three, and Kyle Lowry still able to get it to go down after the closeout.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Here comes the screen. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Able to convert inside.
Just remember an old saying here, you're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Toronto has the basketball. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Down low. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Down three. Antetokounmpo to Matthews. It's rebounded by Nowitzki. To Lowry. Good look that time, but off the mark. Giannis in control of the basketball. They're down three. That'll get out off the Raptors. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Bucks. Number 17, Gasol.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. Serge Ibaka rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo sends it away. Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Doesn't have the touch. No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His team up by one. To Powell. To Lowry. From long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Bledsoe with it up top. They trail by one. To Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2-4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lowry guarded by Powell. short jumper stays out. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Powell to Stanley Johnson.
Joe Johnson.
To Powell. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Hill across the timeline. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Here's a chance from long range. The veteran, Hill, with the 3.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Ibaka up against the Spaniard. Deep 2 there, won't go. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Bucks with the lead. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet. Takes stock of the floor. Matthews here against Joe Johnson. Doesn't get the bounce.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
The danger of the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo, hand in his face, still knocks it down for 3.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Fred VanVleet. To Ibaka. Goes to the right side. 5 to shoot for Toronto. From the outside, no good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
The follow won't go either.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Nowitzki. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Fred VanVleet to Nowitzki. Bucks take down the board. The Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo. Robin Lopez. Huge block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Fred VanVleet to Nowitzki. Here comes the screen. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Bledsoe. To Antetokounmpo.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
And count the basket.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Fred VanVleet. Probing the defense. To VanVleet. Trying to cash in. Shot won't go. And he draws contact. 2 shots coming up for the Spaniard, the All-Star, Marc Gasol.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Bucks basketball. Antetokounmpo. The drive, right to the basket. Shot from in close, no good. From the painted area, won't go down. Nothing going here on that drive. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. can't connect from in close.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And it's Lopez there for the rebound. Bledsoe at the basketball. His guys can hold for the final shot. Nothing going here on that drive. Giannis for two. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. That's it for the first half. The Bucks in front.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Bucks have built a comfortable lead, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Raptors have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game traffic. Field goals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
Antetokounmpo tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Giannis with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. Bledsoe to Lopez. Nothing going here on that drive. Brook Lopez. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. For 3. Lopez there to get the rebound. Matthews to Antetokounmpo. Count the bucket for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Bucks.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Lowry into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. To Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. Has a look. Not that time.
And as somebody who went through this multiple times, sometimes you need to take a deep breath, slow yourself down, think, maybe get some ball screens, tell your bigs to set a random screen, find a way to utilize the sets that your coach has given you to get yourself back in this game mentally.
Lowry with it. 14-point deficit. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Giannis in control of the basketball. Looking to make something happen. That'll get out off the Raptors. It stays with Milwaukee. Can't connect.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Giannis with it up top. Up 12. To Bledsoe. Middleton. To Bledsoe. Gasol tips it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Adetokunbo, open look, knocks it down from mid-range.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Fred Van Vliet. And a throwdown. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Teacher of the Year. The winner will receive courtside seats and a presentation in his or her honor. Nominations can be submitted on our team website.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions, Toronto.
Giannis for 2. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Gasol. And the finish at the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Giannis in control of the basketball. Less than a minute to go in this 3rd quarter. Hill to Adetokunbo. And the slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Here we go.
Lowry to Powell. Has a chance. That's no good. Giannis with it up top. Lead is 12. To Middleton. Shot from the lane won't go. The follow won't go either. Trying to cash in. Rebounded by Mirotic. Has a look. George Hill. Consistent effort. He's at 50%. Deep three at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. The 4th quarter coming up. The Bucks in command of this one. Raptors ball as we get going here in the 4th. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Catch up, baby. Hey, watch the screen left.
Bucks have the rebound. Hill into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to Powell. Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Giannis in control of the basketball. His guys leading by 14. To Bledsoe. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Powell. Giannis with it up top. They lead it by 14. Add 2 points to the board.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Powell. Sizing up the defense.
Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions. Milwaukee.
Fred VanVleet. Nikola Mirotic snatching it out of the air. Fourth this contest.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Cruises inside for two.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Bucks at the controls. To Middleton. Adetokunbo. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Short jumper stays out. Middleton to Adetokunbo. Eric Bledsoe. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Deep left corner. They work it down to Gasol. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. To Gasol. Milwaukee with the basketball. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance. Bledsoe shot misses.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. The Bucks claim victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Bucks put on a show in a blowout. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Raptors lost this game long before the final buzzer. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Milwaukee Bucks were definitely the better team with regard to long-range shooting, and it turned out to be quite the advantage. Their three-pointers were unstoppable.
Player of the game.
Antetokounmpo was just amazing in this game. What other word could you use for someone that played the kind of defense that shut down an entire team? Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Toronto Raptors. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose.